Tell me what we do, everybody want to kill us. They want to take what belongs to us. We they love our neighbor, so we they love ourselves too. So it is written in the holy book.
Ọ bụ ka unu si bụrụ ndị na-amarọ ihe ọbụla. We shall rise and defend our land. The land of rising sun is our home. Yes.
Hello, wonderful Biabfrans, my lovers of freedom. I greet you from here. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama bless each and every one of you. I have to say a short prayer to thank God. Almighty Father, merciful God, as always, I am thanking you on behalf of Biabfrans. I thank you for my leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's living, and I pray, my Lord, that you should release him. Touch the heart of those holding him to release him. Extensively, my Lord, I pray for my Prime Minister, the wonderful guy, the Peace Nobel Prize winner. Please, Lord, we love these two men so much for who they are to us, what they do for us, and what they intend to do for the whole world. Please, Lord, may they be released. I pray for the entire Biafrans all over the world. Father, Lord, we trust that you will not turn your back on us at this time. We thank you, Almighty God, and we will continue to praise your holy name. Amen. My wonderful Biabfrans, lovers of freedom, I am back again. I have to remind us that today is 1st of April 2025. We thank God for keeping us today. I wish every one of us a happy new month. May God continue to keep us. This is one of the Breji media platforms where we bring you authentic information. My people, we are not terrorists. We do not preach violence. We do not preach hate. What we preach is freedom. We have to continue to evangelize because we Biafrans, we want to leave Nigeria. We were amalgamated by Flora Shaw and Lord Lugard in 1914. Until date, that amalgamation has cost us more pain than good, hardship than anything else in the whole world. The number of Biafrans they have massacred from 1967 to 1970, words alone cannot express it. And they are still massacring Biafrans and many more people all over the zoo. Wonderful Biafrans, we have to continue to evangelize. We must always fight to defend our land. We are indigenous people in that region. We cannot give our land because people don't live in space. People do not live on air. If a foreigner should come to your land to use knife and gun to whisk you away to the IDP camp, where do they want you to live? How do they want you to survive? Biafrans, rise up. We cannot leave our land. We cannot allow the Fulanis to take over our land. They did it to the Northerners. We should not give them that satisfaction to use their guns and their knives and dagger to chase us away from our land. Our forefathers, our ancestors, they will be very ashamed of us. Rise up, Biafrans. How do we do this? Look at this link here. The link says biafragov.org/donate. We have to continue to donate, my people. We have to continue to show support to our brothers and sisters who are living on top of gunpowder, who are facing these terrorists on daily basis in Biafra land. Wonderful people. After the amalgamation in 1914, Nigeria got its independence in 1960. They found oil in our land, oil and gas, in 1956. From 1958, they started drilling the oil. Till next year, I can tell you that Nigeria could not do anything with the money and the proceeds from that oil and gas that made the world know Nigeria. The only thing they could do is to keep acquiring weapons to drive away indigenous people, to make people get so scared of living peacefully in their own land. This is why Biafrans have said enough is enough. You cannot take over all the mineral resources in our land, then you take the land over, and on daily basis you massacre our people. It is not done anywhere in the world except in Nigeria. This is why we Biafrans have said to your tent, O Israel, Let's go back home and deal with our own nation, set our own nation up, govern ourselves, control what we have in our land. We cannot be in our land and be begging for life. We beg for our properties. We beg for our own home. So, Biabfrans, wherever you are, join me and let us continue to evangelize. The world are watching us. I have a video here that I will play to show that the world, they are watching to see what we Biafrans are doing to help ourselves. Because they say that heaven help only those who help themselves. I've never heard where they say, oh, God will do it for you. He's coming. You have to start helping yourself before heaven will help you. So we Biafrans, we have come to say no to what is going on currently. Now, I thank those of you that are watching, and I implore you to please click the like button so that it will notify more people to join us. I thank you so much, and I appreciate all of you who are watching. What you people are watching and listening to is about Nigeria and Biafra. There is very serious war going on between Nigeria and Biafra. As always, they've always done this. And what happens currently is that they will be decimating our people in the farms, in the villages, but the world who do not know will never know that what is happening in Ukraine is a child's play to what is happening in our land. People are leaving their homes in Biafra land. People are leaving their homes in Edo. People are leaving their homes in Yoruba land called Oduduwa. My people, these Fulanis, they are very, very inhuman. They are worse than lion in the bush, devouring other animals. No human being, nobody can live with the Fulanis. No other African nation accepts them. The northerners in the northern part of Nigeria accepted them in 1818 when they came with Usman Dan Fodio. But today, they have risen up. Today, they have risen up to terrorize. Go to Google and search it. The worst terrorist group in the whole world. And you will see the name you will get there. Recently, when Donald Trump was inaugurated and he came to power, his government stopped all the monies being paid to the worst, most terrorist countries in the world, and Nigeria was one of them. They give them aid, US aid, to Afghanistan, to Pakistan, and to Nigeria. And all they do is to sponsor terrorism. My Biafrans, we say, no, we can no longer have this. Because all they do with the proceeds of oil and gas from our land is to acquire ammunition and chase down the innocent ones. But when you touch one of them, the heaven will be let loose. Now, people who are listening, as recent as last week, these terrorists were intercepted in part of Nigeria called Edo State. And the person that provided them with his truck was a Fulani man called Dangote. The youths of that state, called Uromi, they intercepted them, saw bags of money, and asked them. They said that this money they realized from those they kidnapped, and the heaps and heaps of gun. They asked them, what are you doing with the gun? They said that they are hunting. How can you be hunting in a city? They hunt in the bushes. But this truck was found on the city and they were intercepted. And finally, after their confession, those group of boys unlived them. And now they summoned their governor to come, and he was in the north begging the Fulanese. That's why I brought this very picture you see here is a video where one of our governors called Charles Soludo said that the Fulani said that the Igbos should come and beg them. And the man, you will hear his voice when I play this video, told him that you do not have to beg, that Fulanis have been killing Igbos since 1953, and that they killed in 1943 and continued. So they owe us that reparation, that forgiveness. They have to come and plead with Biabfrans. They are fond of doing this. So my people, what I'm doing today is to create this awareness that our people should not forget. As Fulanis do not forget the legacy of their father Osman Danfodio, we do not have to forget. We have to fight to liberate ourselves and live freely with anybody encroaching in our land, interfering with our lives and freedom. This is why Biafrans have come. And while we are doing this, we have to make a donation, generous donation, to liberate our land. Because freedom from a terrorist country like Nigeria requires a lot of funding. So I have this link, biafragov.org/donate. And there's another link, biafrainUSA.org/tax. Use all these links, my people, to make a generous donation, because the Fulanis, they are not giving up. And we cannot give up our land. That was what Buhari started, Ruga. Ruga means, in Fulani language, your land. They have asked for our land since 1818 or 1808, when Usman Danfodio, the Marudas, walked loco in Acapulco and found himself in Sokoto, part of the zoo. And since then, his children never stopped. You can imagine the length of time, how many centuries, and they are still fighting the indigenous people, because now they believe that they have arrived. So my people, this is why we do what we are doing. We have to fight back to maintain our land, to keep our peace. We are peace-loving people. We go to school, we are educated, we have doctors, we have lawyers, we have lecturers, professors. So we love life. We do not take life. This is why we want to differentiate ourselves from them. Fellow Biafrans, wherever you are, think twice. If you are not living in homeland, you will not understand. But the fact that homeland, is an opportunity for you to have a rethink, donate so that we can save our brothers and save our land. Let me play the voice in this video so that you will understand.
Sorry, network. I mean, credit him.
Kedebe m kwurutere okwu.
Esi anyị nwa na-eje na-akpọ meeting. Ndị one ka anyị na-akpọ ma ejebe ime meeting ahụ.
Ọ bụ ihe m jụrụ unu.
Yes.
Ọ bụ ka unu si bụrụ ndị na-amarọ ihe ọbụla na-eme na Naịjirịa, ihe ọbụla na-eme ndị Igbo, ihe ndị niile ndị arụrụ ala niile ndị Fulani na-arụ. Ọ ndị na-ekwuchitere Fulani okwu bụ unu nwa niile bụ ndị na-eje meeting ahụ. Unu adị akpọ Igbo ọzọ ndị ga-agwa unu ihe a m na-ekwu. Si ihe a niile ndị Fulani na-egbu ndị Igbo gbukata 1937, 1945, 1953, gbukata ndị Yoruba in quelling wete riots, gbukata ndị TV, gbukata ndị Middle Belt. Amadu Bello na-ekwukwa ekwu na ihe a na Middle Belt bụ footstool ha na ha na-agidipụ Koran to the sea ka ma Igbo ma Yoruba ma gịnị. Ihe niile a na-eme mekata tupu eme that coup. That coup d'etat, enwere coup d'etat January 17th, 1966. Amadu Bello na Buhari na Akintola na-eme plan to a na-akpọ walloping the West. Ọ aha coup d'etat ahụ nke ha ga-ejizie overtake Nigeria. Coup d'etat mee coup d'etat na Nigeria, sizie Nigeria edocheta Ademologun wa na shode inde ma ndị niile may change the army leadership. Ndị ga-carry that coup d'etat bụ ihe mere nzogwu ha ma Ademologun ha ma ndị ọzọ nke ha bụrụ supposed to be January 15th or to prevent Amadu Bello taking over Nigeria ya na Balewa in a coup d'etat. And if that had happened, Nigeria would have disintegrated. It is that 15th January that saved the Yoruba, that saved the Igbo, that saved the Middle Belt, that saved the TV, that stopped the Wete campaign in West, or Yama, and preserved Nigeria. Oh, today, India was no. Amadu Bello. Not that nobody wants killing, but the Fulani want killing. They want that is killing is their business. Now, till today, I had the Fulani na Hausa biligo nije. Unu abundi Igbo. Were mma kọtụrụ history, ebo history unu bidoro bụ January 15 na egbureze ndị Fulani. Ndị Fulani gbukwanere eze ndị Igbo since 1937, 45, 53. Eze ndị Yoruba since 1962. Na-egbu Wete campaign na Midwest na Western region. Na-egbu eze ndị TV, na-egbu eze ndị Middle Belt. Si na Amadu Bello si na ha ga-edipụrịrị Koran into the sea. The sea. Na-ekwu na Middle Belt the footstool ha na ha kọnkago ha na ndị ọzọ ma Igbo ma gị na ha na-aga kọnka. Unu abụ ndị akpọrọ onwe unu ndị Igbo. Unu were chakol inyere je na-ete ndị Igbo n'iru. Sinu na aga ime abolition iru ndị Fulani arịrịa na ha ndị Igbo. Ndị Igbo sọ ndị Igbo mere coup ahụ. Ọ bụ sọ ndị Igbo mere coup ahụ, nọ ndị Igbo lead, nọ Chukwuma lead ya coup ahụ. Ihe m ga-agwa gị ahụ na-eje ije ekwensu ahụ ije arụ anyị n'iru were pọtọpọtọ tewe ndị Igbo n'iru. Ma iwu anyanwụ, ma iwu kpakpando, ma iwu nkịta, ma iwu ewu. Gaa nini ma onye mmadụ eke ma manwụ eke kọtawanị mgbe gaa n'iru were inyere tewe ndị Igbo n'iru. Ugbu a na-achọ ka a ga-esi ibu arụ a niile ndị Igbo na-ebupụrụ ndị Naịjirịa. Onye a na-akpọ Buhari bịakwa bukata ndị Igbo ekwensu a na-akpọ ambasadọ gịnị ji mee ọha na eze gịnị ma George Obi ọzọ yọkwụrụ ya yọbata na ọha na eze si na president general. Na Igbo niile a na-egbu Buhari gbukata oje were osina medal were nye 82 division commander kene ya ka o si na-egbu ndị Igbo ndị nke ya o nwere ihe ọzọ ọrụ nke a na-akpọ iwu anyanwụ nke ya afta ma otokoto niile the next thing ọ ga-eme bụ ịnọ ebe ahụ chọọ ka ọ ga-esi chịwa ka a rapụ itinye ndị Rivers Igbo ka a rapụ isi na o nwere ebe Igbo niile Igbo dị ma ewepụ Central steeti unu na-adịru na-eme ya. Ndị Fulani a na-ekpokọ Fulani niile na na-eme mitin na Naịjirịa. Yoruba na-ekpokọ Yoruba niile nọ n'ụwa ma.
Yes, my people, I know that some of you do not understand some of the things that this our uncle is saying. I will explain as much as I could. My sister Precious, I love you so much. Thank you for joining. I do appreciate you. My people, you know that these Fulanis, when they came in 1808 with Osman Danfodio, he had his two sons who are as mad as their father, very mad dogs. They are blood-sucking tribe, these Fulanis. They have no instinct about development or manufacturing things or to go to school. They do live in the bush. Fulanis live in the bush. My people, please try and go to Google, search for the most terrorist and dangerous, deadly terrorist group in the world. It is Fulanis. In Nigeria, we were all Nigerians after that amalgamation that will never work. It has never worked. This our daddy here talking to a governor called Governor Soludo. The man was angry at what Soludo told him, that the Fulani said that the Igbo people should come and appease their mind for killing their father, called Saduana of Sokoto or Amadu Bello. It is the same man, very evil and very deadly. These children you see today called Fulani are their children. They haven't forgotten what their father Osman Danfodio told them to do. Biabfrans, we should not forget. We should not forget. We are Biafrans. That was what we were before Lord Lugard and Flora Shaw decided to name them Niger area. I don't know where they got that name from. They merged all of us. And they knew, because they were contemplating in their mind as the governor of the region at the time whether to merge these people. So many countries together. The whole of Nigeria is the same size as the whole of Europe. And my people, till tomorrow, Nigeria will never work. So now we decided to go back to what we were known as Biafran. Oduduwas are known as the Oduduwas. All these countries, they merged all of us together and it's not working. And it can never work. If I go back to the reason why I brought this video up, recently in Edo State, and particularly a town called Uromi, they caught some terrorist group with bags and bags of money. And this terrorist group and gun, so many rifles of gun, they were caught. And they confessed that those bags containing money are money they realized from kidnapping people, and that they unalived some of the people who could not pay ransom. And they asked them, what of the gun? They said that the gun belongs to the hunters, that they are hunters. And these boys decided to send them to judgment. And now their governor has been summoned by the same terrorist Fulanis. You all know who is there. Kashim Shettima, the terrorist leader. If you think that Americans don't know that Shettima is the one that formed Boko Haram with Buhari, you will wait until I play the voice of our lobbyist, Elias. And you will understand that everything that is going on, foreigners, they take record. Now, let me play you the voice that will make you understand that what I'm doing here is for real. He says, Edo governor in Kano. Listen to it.
Yeah, good everyone. This picture you are seeing on the screen, you can see the Edo governor and the Kano state governor. So Edo state governor was summoned because of people they killed in his state. And he rushed down to Kano state to answer to his demigods. Now, I am not against every move to bring peace to a state, but the governor is supposed to have averted this, okay? Now, if you have been following me, when Okpebondo was supporting the security guards to make sure they make Edo people safe, I am one of the people. I made 2 videos saying that Okpebondo was trying about the security issue. But as time goes on, I see that this man is trying to play politics with it. So now I want to ask a question. Today, as I speak with you, the report is everywhere on Channels Television, Sahara Reporters, Vanguard News, that Eha Amefu, something like that, in Enugu State, in East local government area, bandits are occupying both their schools, their market. They give some persons, they drive them away from their villages. Nobody's talking about that, right? But the people who are doing this, if you kill them today, the local governor Pidamba will rush down to the north to beg. Who has bewitched us? Who has bewitched us?
Yes, he's making reference to what happened in Enugu State. I have a video of that one. And the reporter who is reporting what is going on in Ihamufu, in Enugu State, and the governor is not doing anything. Hello, my wonderful brother Clement. Thank you for joining. Yes, my brother, it is Biafra first. We will continue this evangelism and create this awareness that it is Biafra first. Because the Fulanis, when they came with their father, Osman Danfodio, he left a legacy for them that they are still pursuing since 1808 till date. We don't have to keep quiet. We don't have to stop. If you are living abroad, just think of the heat that our brothers and sisters are facing at home. And you will understand that these Fulanis, they are nothing but terrorists, the worst and deadliest terrorists in the whole world. Now, the Edo people, this happened in Uromi. You know what? They said it is Igbo people. I'm not denying Uromi. We in the South, we are one brothers and sisters. But are we going to fight as one to liberate ourselves from the shackles of these Fulani marauding terrorists? That is the question. We need to fight together to liberate ourselves. We need to have it in our mind at all times that we have a duty at hand. Because if we keep quiet, these people will overrun. They will finish our people. By the time we will not see any one of them. So the Uromi people now, criminals, the terrorists, with all the sack containing money and AK-47 and all that, they confessed, and these boys sent them to judgment. Now you see their governor being summoned. He is now in Kano State to answer, but they have been seeing everything happening in Southeast. None of them is talking about it. Now they have arrested some people, they said, but listen to this reporter.
Now, but you see, the old Eastern region, when I mean the old Eastern region, now includes part of Delta states and so many places like that. So these people, how do they lose their voice? How did Igbo people even lose their voice? Okay, how do they lose their voice? That the Fulanis have taken over their lands, including Delta State and so many places, and it seems that these people are helpless. They are helpless. But you know what? The people, I mean the indigenous people, not the politicians, they are ready. And this time around, it is eye for an eye. Now, let me shift to another thing. Now, after the attack happened at Uromi, you all against Igbos. What has Igbos to do with what happened in Edo State? Now, even though it's even Igbo land, how does the activities of few people has to do with the general tribe or nation as Igbos? This is because they have seen that there is no one that will rise against them. Yeah, that is the end game. They know that nobody will talk. Now, ever since they met against the Igbos, say that they are going to attack and so on and so forth, have you seen any governor from the Southeast condemn it? The threat against their people? Have you seen any governor come out to warn them that, no, don't say something like that?
Yes, this is why what he has just said is that all the attacks on the Southeasterners by the Fulanis, the terrorists, buying our people, sending them to IDP camp, none of these governors were talking about it. So this very voice you were hearing before now was an elderly man who was warning Governor Charles Soludo, because that one was smartening up to go and beg the Fulanis that Igbos killed their father, Sadwana of Sokoto or Ahmadu Bello. Listen to this very man.
Kogi ma Akwara si na ha bụ Yoruba bịakpuo na Delta Edo. Ụwa niile n'ijọ niile si n'ọnwa nwe mana unu niile bụ Igbo ahụ si sọ Igbo bụ isi n'Ọka ịbịa n'Enugu ịlaghachikwa bụ sọ Igbo na ndị ọzọ abụrụ Igbo unu na-agba okirikiri so onye ahụ ka Igbo anyanwụ ma na Rivers steeti maka gịnị maka ọ chọrọ si chịrị gawa enye na ndị Rivers steeti opportunity ka ha mee produce Ọhaneze President General. Unu nọ n'ebe ahụ na-agba okirikiri gwa ha na m sịrị mụnwa nwa Ogbuonye sịrị na unu gaa n'iru were inyere tewe ndị Igbo n'iru. Fulani kwesịrị ịrịọ mgbaghara na Nigeria. That is Haja Alimbe Kaltum na-agwa ha n'ihe a niile ha gburu na Nigeria. Gwasa Nigeria were ọbara na ha kwesịrị ọgbaghara. That Ahmadu Bello is a villain and should not be mentioned at the same time with Zik and Abolowo. That Ahmadu Bello is a villain. Ma Balewa, the villains. Kwafu ọbara ndị Igbo. Kwafu ọbara Yoruba. Kwafu ọbara Middle Belt. Kwafu ọbara TV. Kwafu ọbara Hausa. Hausa biligo no. Nije ni inyere tewe ndị Igbo n'iru. Were ni.
What he is telling Charles Soludo, this very elderly statesman, he was warning Charles Soludo, who said that they should go and beg the Fulanis, just like this Edo governor was summoned to Kano to come and answer question why 16 Fulanis were sent to judgment in Uromi. What are Fulanis doing in Uromi to start with? Do you know the distance? They say that they are hunters. What sort of hunting are you going with AK-47 and bags of money? When they are buying other people, nobody questions them. But when one of them is sent to judgment, they will summon you. So the Fulani said that the Igbos should come and appease their mind for buying Saduana of Sokoto. And this man, Mr. Ogbonye, said to Mr. Charles Soludo that you people are disgracing the South by going to beg the Fulani, that you should not try it. I have the dates here. He told this very Charles Soludo that the Fulanis in 1932 kpayed Igbos. 1945, they kpayed Igbos. 1953, they kpayed the Igbos and other ethnic groups. They kpayed the people of Yoruba, they kpayed the people of Benue, they kpayed the people of Plateau, and they are still doing that till tomorrow. But none of these terrorists have been apprehended. Hello, my wonderful sis. So much, Diane. Thank you for joining. So what we are doing is the justice, the real justice. For there to be peace in that region, everybody should go back to their own nation, their own country. Because as I said earlier, and I'm repeating it now for those who are just joining, that the whole of Nigeria is the size of Europe. They just merged us in 1914, amalgamated us, and there has never been peace. There has never been peace. It's either that Nigeria person is not trusted, corrupt, a criminal, a bandit, whatever they call themselves. That's what they do. Oduduwans want to go back to Oduduwa. Biafrans want to go back to Biafra. That was exactly what we were before the amalgamation. Because some people will not understand. Nigeria can never work. It can never work. So now they summoned the Edo governor to the north to come and answer why 16 of them were kpayed. But they have been kpaying people all over the region, and nobody says anything because Kashim Shettima, who is the vice president, he is exactly the one ruling Nigeria. Tinubu is just there as a figurehead to fill his pocket because Tinubu likes grab with his family. They said that his son, who is nothing in the government, that he's the one spending all the money, living a very lavish life when so many Nigerians are hungry. That is what they do. Living flamboyant lifestyle when millions of the grassroots are suffering. That is Fulani for you, because the money does not belong to them. It's like the women in the Bible. The one that has no child, say, let them divide it. Because she knows that even if they divide it, it's not going to survive and it does not concern her. Because she has already kpayed her own child. But the one whose child is the one in question said, King Solomon, give it to her, don't kill the child. This is what we are doing here. This is what we are doing to remind Biafrans, every other citizen of that region should rise up. Fulani, they have covered all the bushes fighting the indigenous people. That's why this man was here telling Charles Soludo that you are rubbing charcoal on the face of Igbos by thinking that you should go and beg the Fulanis. Let's continue to listen to him. He's a very
Igbo ga-anọ n'ime onwe ha unu were eziokwu na-etinye n'ụgha. Yes, Igbo should be united. Are you uniting the Igbo? Unu na-unite Igbo. You are dividing and destroying the Igbo. That is one truth you mentioned. Na ga-unite kwa Igbo, na ga-eme Igbo nke a. Is this Ohaneze? They select consensus Ohaneze with no election. Nothing. Are you uniting the Igbo? While others are uniting their people. And a restructuring. Do you have a template for restructuring? Unu na-eche ihe Sultan ga-agwa unu. Ndị Fulani ga-agwa unu. Ka unu gasị na Ohaneze ekwugo. That's
You see this restructuring. I have a video here where, what's his name? Kashim Shetima said, restructuring my foot. A Fulani man. A man that is not, he is neither a northerner, he is not from south, east, or southwest. He is all the way from Sahel, Futa Jalon. He believes he has arrived. He has control of the army, the air force, the navy, the police, using all of them as terrorists. You all know he will tell you that they have repented. 5,000, 3,000. He will deploy them in the army and police, and they will pick gun, license to kill, and they will continue. My people, we do not have to forget that Sadwana of Sokoto called Ahmadu Bello. That was what they are all after. We should support this, our liberation. Hello, Chinenye. Dalungwanem. Thank you so much for joining. My people, remember to click the like button so that more Biafrans should join. Biafrans, do not forget, Osman Danfodio came in 1808 to Sokoto, and Hausa people gave him the land. He settled with his children. He said that he's going to dip the Quran in the sea. His children will do that. There is sea in Lagos. There is sea in Iguacha, Biafra land. Do you people want them to dip that Quran? They don't do it just like that. They send people to judgment. They Kpay people. In 21st century, people are still Islamizing instead of development, instead of going to school. Jonathan built a lot of school for the Alamajiris. Nobody attends the school. That's why they easily indoctrinate them and convert them to terrorism. And they will tell you, Muhammad this, Muhammad that. My people, we cannot allow our land to go like that. That's why this Ogbonye was cautioning Charles Soludo to stop going to the north, to beg them. Why should you beg them? They killed Biafrans in 1932, killed them in 1945, killed them in 1953. That's what this elderly man, statesman, was telling Charles Soludo in this video. And Soludo was listening, because Soludo said that he was the one drafting the appeal to go and beg Fulanese. And the man warned him, never try it. Let's continue to listen.
This is what you are waiting for. They frustrated with the criminalities of these corrupt people called Ohaneze. Now, the next evil guilty. Criminal. Bloodthirsty dog, hound. Not that anybody wanted to. When the Igbo, okay, Igbo Nigeria Igbo Ahmadu Bello na Balewa. Was there a time the Igbo decided to go and kill Ahmadu Bello and Balewa? Was it the Igbo that sent Nzogu and Co to go and kill Ahmadu Bello and Balewa? Did the Igbo have reason to stage a coup d'etat? Nke unu na-ekwete no Igbo coup. Was there an Igbo coup? Even if it is half a man or 1/4 man, was Unebe, Colonel Unebe killed in that coup, not an Igbo man? That they killed an Igbo man, even if he was a single Igbo man, does it not show that Igbo had no arrangement to make an Igbo coup? Unu were charcoal. Chineke Kennedy Bagari Soputandi Igbo n'aka unu.
You see what he just mentioned, my people, about the coup. You all heard last month when Buhari's biography came out, all his confessions that the coup was not Igbo coup. And he mentioned that it was only 7 Igbo officers, that the coup was staged by those from Plateau State, from Benue State, from Yoruba land, and some from the north. And it made a lot of waves on the internet. This is the same thing right now that Uromi children who were vigilantes kpayed 16 Fulani people. This governor, look at his picture here. He was now summoned. Look at him. He is now in the north to plead exactly what this very uncle of ours was telling Charles Ludo. You people cannot do that. They haven't begged us for the number of people they kpayed in our land in the 1932, 45, and 53. This is it. So the similar thing is happening now. And do you know what? They say that it is Igbos that kpayed those people. Igbos in Uromi. My people. For how long are they going to vilify Igbos? Therefore, my people, our only remedy, our only escape route is to take this link, biafragov.org, donate, so that we will support our gallant men, those who are fighting for our freedom, for our liberation. This is why we do what we do. This is the reason why we say what we say. It's not as if we have the whole time in the world. But if the Fulanis who came from Futajalo did not forget the legacy that Osman Danfodio left for them, Ahmadu Bello, Tafawa Balewa, why should we forget? Our people are dying. We should rise up. After living abroad, what next? Do you know that some of these white people, they migrate to another country, and it is also their joy to go back home and rest in peace? Whether you are alive or dead, you go and rest when you are old in your homeland. But these Futajalon evil people, hello wisdom, thank you for joining. These evil Fulanis, terrorists, the worst terrorists in the whole world, they will always come here to come and terrorize us. And after that, they will ask you to come and beg. Yes, thank you so much. Look at it. The Edo governor summoned to come and beg in the north. But everything that they are doing in the southeast, nobody talks about it. Nobody. All the governors now, Governor Mba is just there, asking the military to arrest all the men. Our men, Governor Mba of Enugu State, people of Ihamufu, they are on IDP camp now. They are no longer in their hometown. That's why I brought this video out. Let's listen one more to him, and I will show you people how the level of these terrorists have gone high.
Zọpụta ndị Igbo n'ụwa a. We are for restructuring Nigeria. Ka Nigeria bụrụ ezigbo obodo onye ọbụla ga-develop dị mma. Do you have a template for restructuring?
Oh, they
You
don't.
Igbo
No.
going round. Unu na-arịọ ndị Fulani arịrịọ. This Fulani killing Igbo. Onye a na-egbu n'ala Igbo was it Amadu Bello that caused the Fulani to be killing this in the 82 division. Fulani ọbụla etinye na 82 division. Ọnọkata ọsịnọ na-enwere war. Mgbe ESN ebidogo war insurgency. Oge gbuo ụmụaka Igbo gbuo, whereas there is no war in Igbo land. No insurgency anywhere. These dinosaurs kpọrọ onwe ha ọhaneze. Ha je na-eme dance to the script of ndị Fulani. Ndị egburu n'Igbo. Ndị ọhaneze have even issued a statement condemning those killings. Have you issued a statement? Oh, yeah, is it because of Amadu Bello that Fulani are killing Nigerians? Go to the Middle Belt. Many communities have been wiped out and renamed by the Fulani. In full view of all Nigerians. Go to Yoruba land. How they kill Yorubas are rising up and saying they don't want Nigeria any longer. That they want to go that separate way. The job people are rising up and saying they don't want Nigeria any longer. That they were going to that separate way. The Hausa people have risen up and said they are expelling the Fulani from Hausa land. There is no, then when Igbo land, when Yoruba land, when Tiv land, when Hausa land, that there is no Fulani land in Nigeria. That they are foreigners. These are the issues in contention. Uno. Ndị a ji chakolu, jiri pọtọpọtọ, jiri mamịrị, poisons mix ye na-ete ndị Igbo n'iru. Ihe unu ga-agba nkịtị. Ebidogo ichere na o nwere ihe unu mere ga-eme asị nye Igbo bịa chịba Nigeria. Because Igbo man with the energy and wisdom of the Igbo people to rebuild this country and make it good for everybody. They don't want it. But Igbo gachiri Nigeria, not dependent on this stupidity and nonsense with people called Ohanese.
Yes, my people, listen to this. That is what is happening in Enugu. Listen to it.
This video where they watch now is those our mothers, those mama where they do protest in Yamufi concerning Fanny Espen. How Fanny, this woman where they see where Kali bondage for hand. Now waiting Nigerian soldier do am. Yes, this is a Yamufi woman. You know, say they are doing protests against Fanny Espen. How Fanny Espen is rattling them in their village. They don't do protests like more than 5 times now. So they came out to do protests. They throw them tear gas and they beat them. So they don't want this woman for hand now. As I'm talking to you right now, Nigerian soldiers are arresting some young men in that village. Then they arrest all the men in that village. Only a bike man, only Okada, where carries a woman, drop them. That place where they do protests.
Look at her hand.
Then don't arrest that bike man, put them inside the cell. Now, they have arrested many men. How who got to move it in a cell? So now those men now sponsor one in a protest. So government is against this protest, but Kamba cannot save his people. It's a very short footing to him. You call yourself a governor and on our massacre your people. Your villagers are boss. Your people. You cannot stand up to save your people. And now happening a protest. Native in Hanagamiga, or one is in Nami, the Hame Hataki, the Hajana room working in the protest, who working in the sponsor the protest. So you want them to die. You want them to die in silence. You want them to die in silence. Governor Peter Mba is a very shameful thing to you as a governor. Look at what you are doing to your people. You call yourself a governor. You cannot rise up to serve, to protect your people. Only what you are doing now is to give order to arrest those people that are organizing this protest. You call yourself a governor, and your people came out to cry. How Fulani herdsmen are slaughtering them. You cannot stand up. You cannot stand up to fight for them. Rather, you die.
Yes, my people, you have seen it. The governor of Enugu State has gone to call these terrorists repented Boko Haram in uniform to come and arresting the guys, the young guys, saying that they are the ones sponsoring and supporting these women. That is what is happening now in Enugu State. You know, this very governor and the governor of Edo State and Governor Soludo, these are the current governors on the target. The governor of Imo State, this is what they do. Because of their position, to use the blood of our brothers and sisters to make Nigeria one. This is why we want to leave Nigeria. And my people, leaving Nigeria is not an easy business. It requires funding. Funding, my people, funding. Because if we do not fund our men on ground, these people will wipe us out. And anytime you go home, you must dress with hijab as a Muslim. Because they have two agendas. One is to Fulanize the whole Nigeria. Put Fulani in every state. Because they have no hope. No African nation accepts the Fulanis. That's why they want to finish everybody in the zoo and the Biafra land. People of Ondo last week were on the run. They left their home. People, it was on the internet. They were running. So this is it. All the governors everywhere is under the pocket of the Fulanis. So now, we the indigenes, we do not matter again. Our life does not mean anything. Our standard has gone very low under the control of invaders, marauders, terrorists that came to our land, where we are busy fighting each other, where we are busy calling you Igbo, Yoruba, Edo, this, that. That is the bone they have thrown to us like the dog. Throw the bone to the dog and the dog will be busy and you will go in, steal and leave the house empty. That is what they have done to us. I am not Igbo. I am not Igbo. I am not Igbo. I am not Yoruba. I am not Igbo. That is it. That's the bone they have thrown to us like dogs. And they are infiltrating our land, taking over our land. I know that some of us are abroad. Are we not going to go home and show our children our home? So the only way out is to donate, to equip us, our liberators in homeland, our angels, our men on ground. This is the reason why we do what we are doing. Let's listen to this Edo State now. You have listened to the one of Enugu.
Have you seen any governor standing up for their people? Because as Edo State governor just he ran to Kano State. That is how all these Southeast governors used to run there before the election. So they are puppets. They are slaves of these people. So
exactly. They don't have
the words of their own.
That's what they are.
That is not the only problem. What about the so-called Ohanese Igbo? Ohanese Igbo was once respected sociocultural group. But Ohanese Igbo did not even say anything about what is happening in Enugu State, the threat they are leveling against the Igbos. They are not talking about anything. Okay? Now, if you look at all these things going on, you will understand where we are now. People have been bought over. People no longer do things with their conscience. They don't longer, support their people. They support where their daily bread is coming, where they are noting for the taste of bitterness. Who has done this to us? Just look at where we are today, because they are offered their activities of few people. Whether you like it or not, mark it on the wall. We all may have, maybe we all will live and leave this earth. The next generation will come. They will continue from where we stop. Nigeria is not sustainable. Nigeria is not sustainable. There is nobody that can come out to convince me that this country is sustainable.
Have you heard it? Nigeria is not sustainable. This, our daddy talking to Charles Soludo said, do you have the mechanism to restructure Nigeria? Are you ready? Being ready is not just saying it by word of mouth. You have to action it. Put everything you have in mind into action. Because these people, they are kpaying people on daily basis. No world organization is talking about it. One that the Americans have done the other day, they called for this sermon, and they said that they will put Nigeria back to CPC when the other Biden government removed them. Country persecuting Christians. This is it.
In what way? How? You spoke of killing, everything going on. So, see, you have not understand where we are today, meaning there is nothing you will understand in the world again. Where the government are colluding, sponsoring terrorists against their people. I know people say, for them, it is finished. How can you sponsor people? In the last video I posted, I talked about what Buhari said that, the fight against, Boko Haram is a fight against the North. How many of you remember when Kashim Shettima, the vice president, and Kemi Bednock, the leader of the conservative in the US, were exchanging words, they had quarrel. And what ended the quarrel was when Kemi Bednock said to Shettima that I don't have interest in northern Boko Haram safe haven. So you people make Boko Haram, you have safe haven in the north. That ended the debate because that was a direct shot at Kashim Shettima, who have been accused of sponsoring Boko Haram. That was how Kashim Shettima just closed his mouth up.
Hello, thank you. Thank you, Kenneth, for joining. Thank you, my brother. Biabfrans, we must work very hard. Let me play a video for you people to remind you people of whom Kashim Shettima really is. Yes, because when we are saying all these things, without people knowing what is happening, it will seem as if we are just, as if we are just saying.
Someone that is virtually senile and another person that has been associated on several occasions with funding terrorism. That is Kashim Shettima. We should not forget Kabir Sokoto. Kabir Sokoto was one of the most wanted terrorists, and he was found and arrested in his house. Let us understand and let us not forget, this terrorism, this banditry, this carnage is not just happening by mistake. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Have you people heard it? Listen to it again.
Someone that is virtually senile and another person that has been associated on several occasions with funding terrorism. That is Kashim Shettima. Kashim Shettima, we should not forget Kabiru Sokoto. Kabiru Sokoto was one of the most, and he was found and arrested in his house. Let us understand and let us not forget, this terrorist
Kashim Shettima, when he was the governor of Borno State, and this what's his name again? Kabiru Sokoto, the leader of the terrorists, was on the run, and they were giving money for anybody who will give tip of how to get him. They caught this terrorist leader in Kashim's house, who is now deputizing Tinubu as the vice president of Nigeria. The leader of terrorists, that's the vice president of Nigeria.
Someone that is virtually senile, and another person that has been associated occasions with funding terrorism. That is Kashim Shettima.
Associated on several occasions of funding terrorism. My people, you know that during the war, Nigeria-Biafra war, some people who could not travel were living in the farm. If this level of terrorism was on then, they would have finished our people in the farm. But today, nobody goes to the farm. Do you know the reason why? They don't want you to eat. They want people to be dying by their gun and be dying of hunger, so that capturing you and Islamizing you and Fulanizing you will be easy for them. Hello, Ekpa is great. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So, what is going on now that they have summoned? Hello, Amanda, thank you. Thank you so much, Amanda Neza TV. We should all go and subscribe to his TV. He's one of us. We are all doing the same thing, and I thank him so much. This Kashim Shettima, they are all descendants of Usman Danfodio, Ahmadu Bello, Tafawa Balewa. If they cannot forget the legacy of their father to dip the Quran in the sea, why should we forget? We shouldn't forget, my people. That's why we should also take advantage of this link that I left here to donate for our liberation. Because we cannot be crying Biafra, Biafra, and these people are busy taking our land. What is happening today? They invited the Edo governor. Yet, they are saying that the people who Kpaying their people, send them to judgment in Uromi, are Igbos. The coup, 1966, they say Igbo coup. Anything that happens in the zoo, they will say Igbos. Igbos to go and leave you alone. You don't want to leave them. My people, we have to take it by force. Like during the time of John the Baptist. When the kingdom of heaven started getting violent, men of very strong nature, they took it by force. And this is our situation today. Listen to this Ajia, because Ajia is currently in the zoo. She was an APC, but she decamped and followed Atiku in PDP. But look at what she's talking about his fellow.
That is virtually senile, and another person that has been associated on several occasions with funding terrorism.
That is Kashim Shettima. Kashim Shettima, we should not forget Kabiru Sokoto. Kabiru Sokoto was one of the most wanted terrorists, and he was found and arrested in his house. Let us understand and let us not forget, this terrorism, this banditry, this carnage is not just happening by mistake. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. A multi-billion-dollar industry because it takes a lot of money on defense budget. It has a lot to do with the sale of drugs. It has a lot to do with mining and illegal bunkering and illegal and illicit mining. And look at the areas that are generally affected by this. Take the Northeast, for instance. In the Northeast, you have the blue diamond. That is a strategic mineral. You have oil at the Chad Basin. That is right now, but illegally. You have Zamfara. If you go to Zamfara, Zamfara has more gold than Ghana. Zamfara's gold is being...
Yes, I just wanted to use this to let people know that Shettima is not giving up. That's why they had Muslim ticket, so that it will be easy for them to do what they are doing. And look at this one. I have to keep reminding our people, we don't have to give up.
We have Nigerians there. In fact, it was estimated that there are about 9 million plus herdsmen in all scattered in the bush. We can educate them. We have
9 million terrorists scattered in the bush, and he wants to educate them. With whose money? With whose funding? That is with the oil money from our land, because America has just stopped the USA aid. They have stopped giving them money. You heard it here that Ajia said that terrorism is a billion-dollar business. Why don't they go back to Futajalon and leave us alone? This is why we have to actively fund ourselves. Take advantage of funding. We have IOU. We have every Saturday fundraising. My people, take advantage of that and support what we are doing so that our land will be saved. This.
Nigeria import terrorists from all over the world. Right now, there are more than 5 terrorist groups that operate in the country today. Ansaru is in
5 terrorist groups. And who sponsors them? Because all these terrorists you hear about or you see around, they don't do anything. They are not educated. They don't go to school. My brother Uche, you are highly welcomed. I appreciate all of you. Let's keep the fire burning, because we can never allow the terrorists to take over our land. We must defend it, or we die one by one, according to Danjuma. Let's listen to our brother.
Nigeria import terrorists from all over the world. Right now, there are more than 5 terrorist groups that operate in the country today. Ansaru is in Nigeria. El-Shabaab is in Nigeria. Mieti Allah operates in Nigeria. Fulani bandits operate in Nigeria. Fulani herders that have been named the 4th deadliest terrorist group in the world by the Global Terrorist West Africa. These terrorist groups operate in Nigeria, and the government of Nigeria provides an environment for them to thrive, for them to do their bidding. They provide them with logistics, money, arms, and then they send them to the eastern region to kill my people and to destabilize the region. That is their goal, and that's exactly what they're doing now.
Yes, my people, that's exactly what they are doing now. That's why what happened in Uromi.
Sorry, network. I mean, credit him.
My people, I'm coming to that. I'm coming to that. That is Charles Soludo and Mr. Ogbonye, Professor Ogbonye. He's a professor. The same thing that they have done to this Edo governor by inviting him to Kano was what they told the governors. And Charles Soludo was writing a memo, and this professor warned him that he dare not try that. Okay, thank you so much for joining. This Professor Ogbonye warned Charles Soludo never to try it, going to beg the Fulanis that Chukwumanzogu killed their father. So this is it. Now Edo governor has been invited by the same people, asking for who kpayed 16 of them in Uromi. And that's not the only case. They still said is Igbos. Do you know what you will understand by that? You know they say Wazobia. Wa is for Yoruba, Zo is for Hausa, Bia is for Igbo. That means it's only 3 ethnic groups that they believe or they accept that existed. When they call you an Igbo person, you begin to fight. Hey, I'm not Igbo. They know all of us in the South as Igbos, Southeast, and everybody in Southwest, Yoruba, everybody in the North, Hausa, including these terrorist Fulanis. They grouped us, Wazobia, Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo. That's how Igbos say Bia means come. And they have been marginalizing us, making us pay prices for their own sins. And they are still terrorizing us till tomorrow. And nobody is talking about it. We have to really fight. Let me now play something for you people from a late hour.
Good evening, wonderful. For those who may not know, I'm Elijah Solis, the international lobbyist for the Biafra Republic government in exile, represented by His Excellency Simon Ekpa, Prime Minister in detention, and Mr. Ogochukwu Mekere, Acting Prime Minister. I minister the gospel of Biafra to the most powerful people, to those in positions of power in the country, the United States of America. This is my second broadcast to follow up on my first broadcast, where I discussed the need of Biafrans to change their "I'm the king, I'm the queen" syndrome. Many Biafrans.
Do you know what he meant? That Biafrans should change the syndrome. I am the king, I am the queen syndrome. Exactly what Honorable Fulani is saying. Let's continue.
Appreciated this broadcast and were angry or upset because I spoke the truth and touched a raw nerve. Not only
that they are not happy because Ngozi called this gentleman a criminal. He said here that they never took whatever he says kindly because he touches raw nerves. Ife na na-akpọ na mmadụ mekatalogo onya na-abagi mmadụ azọ gị ụkwụ, the pain onya na-abagi like this, like oge anyị bụ ụmụaka, ụkwụ kpọọ gị ma ị na-echu mmiri, ọbịa bido baba onya, edulu gị jee na dispensary, abịa the man na-clean address the wound, ọbịa welu scissors na cotton wool na iodine wee touch ya that is raw nerves. This is open. That's what he is saying here. That why they are attacking him is because he touches raw nerves. That's what Elias, our lobbyist, is saying. And now Moka, Bonye Nachozi with the Biafra with our APM, Mazio Genkere, right now. Because now the very, very serious in Biafrans. Despite all Onuni Nendi Otu, he just Okwechiri senior game make really sure na Biafra Bia. He made this video, I think this morning or so. Let's listen to him.
I continue to touch that raw nerve, but I will hit aggressively that raw nerve to the point where all Biafrans wake up.
Seniaga that he will continue to touch those raw nerves aggressively until Biafrans will have to wake up. Imanandi America, Sinafaka fraction I. Therefore, my people, take advantage of biafragov.org/donate. Kandi soja sanyi na-enyefia woto. Kofio bebe niile. Makandi are on our bushes. I've just shown you people. Gumi said that they are over 9 million. 9 million plus means over 9 million. Because they are everywhere. You can imagine they are there in Uromi. Uromi is on your way to Lagos. They are everywhere. And they will be telling you, oh, it's Simon Ekpa. Oh, it's Mazin Namdekano. Now, these two men, because whenever something is happening, watch the mind of God. Somehow, Chukwu Muma will whip these two people. Can Nigerians wave with it? So that when they will come out, they will no longer call their names. They are not the cause of anything. They're only trying to save lives. And since the two of them have been away, what is going on? The worst is happening. Worst things are happening. So recently, these Uromi people, you know what they saw? Bags of money from ransom. Mandifa Bulebu with barrels of guns and AK-47. And they claim that they are hunters. Who is telling you that? The same Kashim Shetim. We tell you that people with bags of money and barrels of gun are hunters. The same way he will tell you that they are repented Boko Haram and he will give them uniform, license to kill. So this, our lobby, continue to touch those raw nerves or the Biafrans will wake up. Because they believe no one will find him.
Should view these broadcasts not only as a mirror to the zoo, but also to yourselves, because we need to save Biafrans not only from the zoo, but also from themselves and their own self-destructive tendencies. So today, my broadcast will be full of fire and brimstone. I will be causing more controversy because I will be providing a psychological analysis of the Igbo or Biafran one Nigerianist, those who are completely against Biafran independence, completely against what we're doing, people who attack us on a daily basis.
Yeah.
I've carefully studied their psychology, their heart, their soul, their mindset, and I've come to a few conclusions or observations.
He said he carefully studied. Carefully studied. And I also tell Nigerians, you think that you are invisible, you people. They know what you are capable of doing. Americans who were judging you, taking you from where you are back to CPC, country persecuting Christians, they live with you. And that will show you that the world is watching. Yeah, I've listened to it. I want to play it for my people. Thank you so much, Crystal. Thank you. So this man is saying he has had critical reading of the whole thing, he is analyzing our mindset, telling us how it happens. Yes, yeah, Uromi people, we have done analysis of them, and their governor is now in the north begging. Like this video you see here, it was Charles Soludo and his group said that Fulani asked them to come and beg, and the old man was lashing out on him, telling him that 1932 the Fulanis killed us, 1945 Fulanis killed us, 1953 they did, 1966 again another massacre, and they have given churches till 7th of this April to come for war. So Uro people of the southeast, wake up, form vigilantes, and watch your homes, because these people, they are coming with vengeance. I know who they are. They have been terrorizing southeast, terrorizing Benue, terrorizing Plateau, terrorizing Ondo, everywhere. Nobody is talking. But because they sent 16 of them to judgment, all hell have been let loose. But my people, do not relax, do not relent. Keep fighting to retain your land and maintain your sanity. My people, this man, what's his name? Danjuma. Danjuma said that if you do not rise up to defend your land and defend your lives, you will all die one by one.
It's completely against what we're doing. People who attack us on a daily basis. I've carefully studied their psychology, their heart, their soul, their mindset, and I've come to a few conclusions. From what I can see so far, there are several categories of Biafrans. There are those who are part of our movement, support Biafran independence. There are the ardent Biafran One Nigerianists, and there are also those we're doing but are on the sidelines. And this third group or last group will be discussed in a separate broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
It is remarkable how there can be people from the same place or live in the same place and exist.
My people, from his studies, he said that there are groups or categories of Biafrans, those fighting for their freedom. Some people are Biafra, one leg in Biafra, one leg in Nigeria, like Orabu Fulani, who will always come and Tobie Odogu, our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and in her meeting with her so-called, what are they called again? When she's having a meeting with her ministers or whatever she formed, her group, she will ban them never to mention our PM's name and never to mention Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's name. And she will even tell Caterpillar, the money, Ebubago, she will tell you, oh, they should never touch Fulani because she's married to a Fulani. Her 4 children are Fulani girls. Orabu Fulani is married to Fulani, and she's a Muslim. That's why she said, bless the soul of Muhammad, when she was talking of that girl that they stoned to death. Is it Rachel or the girl that they Kpayed? Those are the categories that this, our lobbies, was describing. And he said that some are those who are genuinely fighting for Biafra, who really want what we are doing to succeed. And the third category are those who are neither here nor there, but that he will talk about them later. That's what he's saying. To tell you that Oyibo, this man does not live in the zoo. But he knows. That is to tell Nigerians that we are not invisible. They are watching you people. You are being watched. All your activities. Now they have summoned the Edo governor to Kano, and that one to go and beg. Just like Charles Soludo and Ohaneze, we are going to beg until this man, Professor Obonye, stopped them.
In completely different realities. Why would someone be against their own liberation or self-determination? Do they not see the threat posed to them by the Fulani and the Islamic fundamentalists? What's going on? First,
he's asking you, do you not see the threat posed on you Southeasterners by Fulani fundamentalists? Do you not see the threat? I've just shown video of Gumi here saying that he has 9 million plus terrorists in the bush. And that is how, Leah Shaibu, thank you so much. No, Leah Shaibu was a girl that they kidnapped who refused to accept Islamic religion. But the girl that was thanking Jesus in their WhatsApp group for letting her pass her exams, and they set her for the girl. That's the girl. I think her name is I think Rachel or something like that. Leah Shaibu is still alive. She's now with 2 children for these terrorists in Zambeza forest.
who are part of our movement to support Biafran independence. There are the ardent Biafran One Nigerianists, and there are also those who are not opposed to what we're doing, but are on the sidelines. And this third group or last group will be discussed in a separate broadcast. It is remarkable how there can be people from the same place or live in the same place and exist in completely different realities. Why would someone be against their own liberation or self-determination? Do they not see the threat posed to them by the Fulani and the Islamic fundamentalists? What's going on?
Do you see what he said? That is surprising how people that come from the same background will be living in different realities. Biafrans sabotaging themselves. And this is what the Fulanis have always caused. That's why I brought out this. The place the Fulani said that the governors of Southeast should come and beg them for Chukwu Manzongo in 1966, Kpaying their father, Sadwana of Sokoto. And this other one on this video, where this guy was talking about the Edo governor being summoned to come and answer questions in Kano. That's what they always make you to feel guilty. You'll be fighting each other. I'm not Igbo. I'm not this. I'm not that. You'll be busy living in different realities. And these people are coming